Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're doing a deep dive into the world of entry-level laser engraving,
Hmm.
and we're focusing specifically on one machine, the ATOMSTACK Swift 7W.
Right.
This thing has an entry-level price point. I mean, it's just $119,
Hmm.
and it's marketed everywhere as the perfect beginner tool.
And the specs are, you have to admit, pretty impressive on paper.
But genuinely impressive. We're
Yeah.
talking 7 watts of optical output, a tiny 0.06 millimeter laser spot. I mean, you usually only see specs like that on machines that cost, what, 3 times as much?
At least.
So our mission today is pretty simple. We want to figure out if that performance potential translates into real, reliable consumer value, or if that low price tag is hiding some pretty big problems.
Exactly. This is really a critical analysis of marketing claims versus what people actually experience long term. We're going to look right past the spec sheet and focus on the true cost to the consumer, especially when it comes to, the support that's supposed to back up the purchase.
Let's start with the good news then, because when this machine is actually working, it it
It
delivers.
really is.
We've seen a ton of reports about clean engravings on wood, on leather. It does acceptable cutting on thin materials, and that little 0.06 millimeter spot size. It
Yeah.
really does produce some incredibly detailed work.
And the software side is smooth. It works with LightBurn right out of the box. No real issues there.
Okay, but what about getting it set up? That's part of the promise.
Right. That's the hardware promise. They advertise this almost instant gratification, claiming you can assemble it in like 5 minutes.
And what's the reality?
Well, users across the board are saying it's closer to 15 minutes. It's not a huge deal, but it's this first little sign of, advertised speed versus the practical reality of owning the thing.
Okay, but that glowing picture starts to get a lot darker when we look at the safety file. When we were digging into the specs, one number just jumped out. Class 4.
Hmm.
For a beginner who doesn't know, why should that number be a huge red flag?
Well, class 4 is, it's the highest hazard category that exists, period.
So we're talking industrial level.
Exactly. This is the classification for massive industrial cutting systems.
Yep.
And because the Swift is an open frame design, you're working with an exposed laser beam powerful enough to cause permanent, instantaneous retinal damage,
Wow.
or even ignite flammable materials in milliseconds. And remember, this isn't on a factory floor. This is running in someone's garage or a spare bedroom.
So those goggles they include are not optional.
They're necessary survival equipment, not theater.
And that level of risk really brings us to the second massive issue we found, customer support, or maybe the lack of it.
Right.
We saw this one consistent thread in community reviews that was it was so telling. People were reporting that they specifically chose to buy from retailers with super easy return policies because they were already anticipating needing to send the machine back.
Yeah, that pre-purchase anxiety speaks volumes, doesn't it? And when you pull together all the complaints from different platforms, the pattern is severe. We saw report after report of people waiting months for critical replacement parts.
Months.
Months. Emails just go unanswered. Support tickets get closed with no resolution at all.
But I mean, isn't that just the trade-off? You buy the cheapest machine on the market, you kind of have to sacrifice service for that low price.
You'd think so, but that's not what they promise. AtomStack advertises a full-year warranty and 24-hour response times.
Which users are clearly not getting.
Not even close. We found one user who documented 3 months, 3 full months of downtime on a 6-month-old machine, all because he couldn't get support. So the gamble you're taking is that you're buying very capable hardware that's backed by, well, a fundamentally unreliable support system.
So if we pull back, how do competitors stack up? Is this just the industry standard at this price?
Not really. You have alternatives like the Acmer P1S Pro, the MechPow X3. They might cost you $50 or $100 more up front.
Yes.
But the critical difference is support. Users consistently report that when they call these other companies, a person actually answers. And parts arrive next week, not next season. The price of the Swift is only low if it never breaks.
So what does this all really mean for you? The machine, when it works, it performs beautifully, but its lifespan is directly tied to the quality of that post-purchase customer service, which seems to be severely lacking.
So I guess our final provocative thought is this. When you're evaluating any of this high-performance entry-level hardware, how much of the true lifetime cost is actually hidden inside that support guarantee?
Yeah, is that initial low price really worth the risk of months of downtime?
You should always investigate what happens after that initial transaction is complete.